Well, hello, PS51, and welcome back to part 2. This time, we're going to actually do some drawing. So now that we have a list of some of the mystical creatures, there's still a lot that we left out. So it's time to get out your paper. For this assignment, you'll need a piece of paper, a pencil, and an eraser. To do this, I'd like you to think about what mystical creature you're going to be. Yep, that's right. It's time to pretend that you're a mystical creature living in the magical realm. And I'm trying to get your vote. Well, the first thing is to think about who are you? So let's go over what a mystical creature is. Mystical creatures or magical creatures are creatures of make-believes. Creatures that you might find in a fairy tale or in a bedtime story. Usually the creature has some kind of magical powers, but not always. But those are good examples of mystical creatures. Let's give some examples. There are unicorns, fairies, trolls, the Loch Ness Monster, the abominable snowman, Bigfoot, unicorns, alicorns, Pegasus, dragons. There's so many. Oh, leprechauns. I could keep on coming up with more and more mystical creatures, but I'd like you to think about what mystical creature you want to be. Have you thought about it? You're still thinking about it? Okay, well, you know what mystical creature I am. I am a wizard, you got it. So in order for you to do your project, make sure you have your paper, and once you've thought about the mystical creature that you want to be, then I'd like you to draw a portrait of that magical creature or that mystical creature. I keep saying magical and mystical because they're like the same word, magical, mystical. So once you've decided what your magical creature is, draw a portrait of it, of yourself as that magical creature. For me, I would be drawing a wizard. And then, if you can, figure out what the first letter of that word is. So if you are a alicorn, what letter does that begin with? An A, exactly. If you're a leprechaun, it begins with an L. So if you can figure out what the first letter of that word is, then write it underneath your drawing. And if you have help, you can even ask somebody, how do you spell leprechaun or mermaid or fairy or whatever mystical creature you decide to be. Well, that's it. I don't want to draw another portrait of myself, and I don't know what mystical creature you're going to be, so you're going to have to do this project on your own. Now remember, you can use different styles. You can use a kawaii style, which is quite cute and simple. Think like an emoji. See? Very simple shapes like circles in order to draw your mystical creatures. Or you can draw it more realistic, or you can draw it in your own special style. It doesn't have to look any way in particular, only the way that's in your imagination and what comes out. All right, PS51, it's time for you to figure out your mystical creature and draw a portrait of yourself as that mystical creature. Don't forget, think about what you would need if you was that mystical creature, and also think about the setting. Where does that mystical creature live? Mermaids live someplace very different than unicorns. So think about the environment, because we're always telling a story. And in a story, we need characters and a setting. All right, I think that that's enough to get started with. I hope you have a lot of fun creating your mystical creature. And I can't wait to find out which one you'll be. All right, bye for now, PS51. I'll see you next time.